Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet yet again for another tutorial. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial we are working on this gorgeous Halloween necklace. Ah, very nice. Now this actual necklace, believe it or not, is only 5 rows. I know it looks extravagant, it looks difficult, but it's relatively easy. Newbies, you can attempt this, by the way, if you are new. Firstly, welcome. Secondly, you can actually attempt this. The stitches are the basic stitches in crochet. The only difference is on the elongated stitches, you might need to use a half treble and a treble. We are talking US terms. So that's the only difficult part, but the rest is basic. Okay, and I show you how to adjust your button for your size, and the actual sizing doesn't really matter because you can wear this higher or lower on your neck. Pretty coolio, huh? Now it does come with accessories that yours truly has not made yet. I'm going to make them next week. Reason being is because each one of them takes roughly around 15-20 minutes to make. So that's 1, 2, 3, you're looking at about 45-50 minutes. That's another 50 minutes. So it's a separate video altogether, and I want to do all 3 in the one video, okay? And on that one, we'll actually attach them to our accessory points. Now, if you want to see those accessories, I've already had one shown on Wednesday afternoons live, which was at 4 p.m. last Wednesday. Now I'll pop that link in a description box down below so you can have a look at the eye, and the eye will go right there. Very exciting. And I haven't decided whether to do a bat and a cat. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. We will have a little discussion on tomorrow morning's live at 10 a.m. Now that's Saturday morning's live, 10 a.m. every Saturday morning, Melbourne, Australia time, of course. So we meet twice a week. 10 a.m. Saturday mornings and 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoons if you are interested in having a chat. Okay, now the yarn I used today was 8-ply Bendigo woolen mills. That calls for a 4mm hook. You can actually use a 10-ply as well. If you are overseas, that would be a number 3. If you wanted to use the 10-ply, that would be a number 4. All right, so you can use either one of those sizes in your cotton from your country. And yes, you will need your 4mm hook or the hook size stated on your cotton. You will need maybe 1 stitch marker. I've put 2 there just in case. I think we used 2. You will need a sewing needle, and of course you will need your scissors. But check it out, guys. Gorgeous. Now my regulars would know that we are actually doing a Halloween party. I know it sounds weird, but it's true, and I am crocheting all the little odds and ends that you wear to your party. The actual video will be coming up roughly on Halloween or just before or just after, depending on how the times marry up in your country. I will be using other items that we've also crocheted here. I will leave a link to all the other items that we've already crocheted in the description box down below. So if you want to continue with the other items as well, then by all means go ahead. But next week we will have the last 2 items crocheted for our Halloween project theme that we have going at the moment, all right? Plus we have other items that we crocheted during the week as well, so keep your eyes peeled, guys. There's so much coming over the next 2 weeks. And there you go, check it out. Is it not gorgeous? I love, 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 love. See how high I can go. Very nice, huh? All right, so I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm just going to let you get started making your Halloween crochet necklace. Good luck, guys. Alrighty guys, what we're going to start off with is a quick slip knot. So grab your working yarn, grab your tail, wrap it around your finger once and twice, holding it there and holding it there. Pass your back loop halfway over, hold it there, pass the other loop all the way over, pop in your hook and give it a tug. There you go. Now, we are going to chain up 80. Now a chain is yarn over your hook, pull a loop through once. A little bit closer, sorry. Yarn over, pull it through twice. Yarn over, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, you need 80 chains for this pattern. So go ahead and chain up 80 all together, and I shall meet you back here in a moment. Alrighty guys, here are my 80 chains. For this particular pattern, you will actually need 80 single crochets across. Okay, now we're going to chain one more, okay, and that very first stitch that you come to there, not the one you just did, the one right there, you are going to do a single crochet in, and the single crochet is pop your hook through the stitch. Now you can pop it through 2 loops or 1 loop or a back bump right there, whichever pleases you. Yours truly is just going to pop it in that first loop there, pull up a loop, you should have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is your first single crochet. I would actually pop a stitch marker in there just to remind you that on the way back that is actually a stitch. Sometimes it can be missed. Oh, if I can get it on, it's one of these tough ones. Here we go, we got it. Alrighty, so we're going to pop our hook in our next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, hook in your next stitch, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and your next, and your next, and guess what, your next. And you just got to keep going all the way across the row. Okay, so I'm going to let you head off on your own, and I shall meet you back when you get to the very last few stitches. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of the row. I think I have one more stitch to go. Let's have a look-see nice and close so you can see where you're at. Okay, there might look like there's 2 stitches, but that's just the knot. If you think about it and you pop your hook in, you just see a tiny little knot. If you see more than a tiny knot, you've got another stitch to go. All right, so pop in your last single crochet, chain 1, turn your work. This is where we're going to start the pattern, and it's a very basic pattern, guys, so if you are new to crochet, you will get this. Okay, all right, so first thing we're going to do, see these little V's that you have formed right across here? You're going to pop a single crochet in the first V you see, so that first little letter V there. Pop your single crochet in, the same thing you've been doing all along, once. Now grab your little stitch marker and pop it in there because you're going to need this stitch later when you come back. Okay, if you're not a newbie and you know exactly where to put it, you don't need your stitch markers. Okay, now stitch, that was the first single crochet. We're going to do a second one in your next stitch, third in your next, and then fourth, 5, 6, I hope you can see where I'm putting this stitch. Let's get a nice close up. Right there, 7, and there, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm just going a little bit fast for you just to speed it up. 14. So I might speed it up. We're going to count to 30. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. No, I won't speed it up. I'll just leave it there. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, fiddly that stitch marker, isn't it? 27, 28, nearly there, 29, 30. All right, if you're not there, get yourself to 30. That's what you should have. If it's anything like mine and pulling, like that, turning, that'll fix itself up later. Okay, now, here, I want you to do the chains again, but don't do these too tight because you're going to be putting single crochets and half doubles and doubles and all sorts of weird things in there on the next row. So chaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's it. Now try and keeping your stitches straight. you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and in your 5th stitch across, you're going to pop your hook in and do a single crochet. All right, so that's what you've got so far. So, whoops, it's a bit fiddly, isn't this part? 1, and this is your 2nd one, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Now we're chaining 10 again. Keep them nice and loose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops, don't lose a stitch like I just did. Counting 1, 2, oops, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and in your 5th stitch, you are doing a single crochet. Okay? And then you are doing 4 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So altogether that's 5 single crochets. Yes. So this is what you should have so far, just the 2, 1 and 2. Now you're going to get 1 more. It's the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and do your single crochet. It's a little bit fiddly, just this part, guys. The rest will be easy, trust me. Okay, 1, 2, oh, you don't really need to count now, but you can. 3, you've got to get 30 across, or roughly 30. 4, you might end up with about 27 maybe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, whoops, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, mine was about 28. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be even. Mine is 28. It's sort of semi-even, but not much, because we're going to add a button anyways. So there you go. It's going to take up some space. All right. So that's what you've done. I'm sorry. I should have told you. To apologise. Okay. So there's your 28 right there in that stitch marker. Okay. So you're popping your 28th stitch, or whatever count you got to. It doesn't matter if it's not right. There's no count to this pattern now. You've done the important bit, which is the middle bit. All right, so let's just have a quick look, see what you've done. There, that's what you've done. Looks like nothing yet, but it will come up nice, trust me. I hope it does. I'm kidding, I know. It does come up all right. I'm so naughty, aren't I? All right, so we're turning our work. Okay. And we're chaining 1. Or we're chaining 1 and turning. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Single crochet. Oh, so far away. I do apologise. Okay. Single crochet in that first stitch. And guess what? You're going to pop that stitch marker right in there. Okay. All right. Now this row is going to be a tiny little bit different because this is your 3rd row. Yes. First, second, third. Yes, it's your 3rd row. So we need to form a little buttonhole. Now, it doesn't matter, really. Get a button that suits your buttonhole. I'm just going to leave 2 spaces, and I'm sure I'll find something in my button stash that will suit, because no one's going to see it. It's going to be tucked at the back anyway, unless you want it to be a fancy button. Okay, so I'm chaining. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm doing another single crochet. I do apologise. 1 more single crochet. Otherwise, your buttonhole is going to be too close to the edge. Chaining 1 and 2 and I'm skipping 2, 1, 2, and I'm popping my single crochet in that third one right there. All right, so that right there is your buttonhole. Okay, easy, easy. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we've done so far. 6. It doesn't really matter. This part does not matter. So just keep single crocheting all the way across until you get to those chains, which will be your pattern. So that's where we're going to start a pattern. So we need to be nice and focused, but this is a very quick pattern, guys. You only have another 2 rows to go after this. I know it sounds silly, doesn't it? But it's true. 2 rows, that's all you've got left to do. Sorry guys, my yarn is tangled up to my piece. It's going to happen for a while because it's a long piece. Okay, now I'm rushing it, sorry guys, but I want to get to that chain space so you can see the pattern. I get so excited, don't I? Can't help myself. Well, you guys know me by now. If you're joining us new, yours truly gets excited. Firstly, welcome, by the way. But just to let you know, I do get very excited during work, and sometimes I get so excited that my hands shake. Right now, they're shaking just a tad, but you can't tell. It's all internal. We're nearly there. All right, so there's a stitch right there. Now, before you jump into your chains, there's your chains right there. There's a stitch right there. So you need to do a single crochet in that stitch first, right there. All right, now here are your chains. Again, it doesn't matter how you do it, and I told you guys to do it loose, and I've done mine fairly tight by the looks of it, so it doesn't really matter. You can pop it in the first loop or your 2 loops or whatever you like, but I think I've got one in there right there that I should have done. So that's your first single crochet. Okay, you're doing 1 single crochet in there, then you're doing a second one in the same space. Okay, your next space you're doing 2 single crochets again, 1 and 2. In your next space you're doing a half double. That's yarn over your hook, pop it in the space, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. You're going to do that stitch again, yarn over in the same space, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. All right, and in your next space you're going to be putting a double crochet. That's yarn over, pop it in the space, pull a loop through, 3 loops on your hook. Now this is double crochet. I'm going to get a little bit closer. Double crochet is yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through your next 2. Guess what? You're going to do it again in the same space. Pop it in the space, pull up your loop, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Okay, in the next stitch you're going to put a half treble. Yarn over, pop it in the space, pull up a loop. Now usually when you do your double, you put your yarn over and you pull through the first 2. We're going to pull it through the first loop only. So yarn over and pull through that first loop. Then yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. And then yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So it's actually elongated the stitch a little bit. Now this is the center of this curve here. So you're going to be putting a treble now. And a treble is yarn over your hook twice. Pop it in the space, pull up a loop. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through another 2 loops, yarn over, pull through those last 2 loops. Now you're going to do that half treble from before again. So you're doing your normal yarn over, popping it in the space, pull up a loop, 3 loops. We're only going to put it through the first loop, so yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, or the next 2 loops I should say, yarn over, pull through your last 2 loops. So in that space you've done a half treble, a treble and another half treble. Your next stitch you are doing 2 double crochets. So put a loop in, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. You're going to do another one exactly the same. And that's your basic stitch in crochet. Okay. Your next one is half doubles. So you're going to be putting a half double in that space. So yarn over, pop your hook in, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 3, and then do it again in the same space. Alright, now you're going to be putting 2 single crochets in your next stitch, 1 and 2, and then 2 in your very next stitch, 1 and 2. And now you are putting a single crochet in your very next stitch. Ta-da! Let's have a quick look, see what you've done. So you can have a look and see if you've done it right, but I'm pretty sure you have. And there you go. It should lay a little bit flat, might have a bit of a kick along somewhere. That'll just sort itself out after a while, especially once we hang our little dangly guy there. You're going to see which one's going to go on each circle soon, or semicircle. It's actually a semicircle if you think about it. Okay, so let's keep going. You've popped your single crochet in that first stitch. Now remember there was 5 across from before, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we're going to be putting 2 single crochets in your first stitch. 1 and 2. 2 in your next. 1 and 2. Now you're going to be putting our half doubles in your next, so you're putting 2 of them. Yarn over your hook in the space, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and do it again in the same space. Okay, your next one is double crochets. Pop your loop in, pull up your loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through your last 2, and you're going to do another one. Now we are right in the middle of our semicircle again, so we're going to do that half treble. So that's yarn over your hook, pop your hook in the space, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, we're pulling through the first loop only. Yes, then yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, then yarn over, pull through your last 2 loops. All right, your next stitch is that treble where you yarn over twice. Okay, because you've got your yarn over your hook twice, pop it in the same space, pull up a loop. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through your next 2, yarn over, pull through your last 2. Very tall stitch, that one. Oh, it's all tangled up again. Oh dear. Okay, we're going to do a half treble again. Yarn over, pop it in the space, same space, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over again, pull through the next 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. All right, and your next space is 2 double crochets. You know how to do double crochet. Very basic stitch in crochet, isn't it? 1 and 2. And then you're going to do your half doubles in the next space. You get your 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then you've got another one. And now the last 2 stitches, you've got your 2 single crochets in the first one and 2 single crochets in that very last one right there. All right, and then right there is your first stitch. Pop a single crochet in that first one, second, third, fourth, and fifth. All right, now you're back. Oops, I'm making a mess of this yarn. I'm sorry, guys. Now you're back where you started from. Okay, so you've got 1 more of these semicircles to do. We're going to do that together. 2 single crochets in your first space, 1 and 2. 2 in your next, 1 and 2. 2 half doubles. Don't need to show you anymore. You should know how to do that. Yes, now 2 doubles, 1 and 2. Yes, now we're in the center. We're going to do a half treble remember the half treble, 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Now you're doing a treble. Yarn over your hook twice in the same space, 2, 2 and 2. And now we're doing the half treble. Pop your hook in, pull up your loop, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the first one, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. And now we're just jumping in to do our doubles. You need 2 double crochets in this next stitch, 1 and 2. You need 2 half doubles in the next stitch, 1 and 2. And in your next 2 stitches, you need 2 single crochets. So 1 single crochet and 2 in the same stitch. And in your last one, it's a bit tight there for me, 1 and 2. And then you're putting a single crochet in your first stitch, which is right next to it. And you are doing your single crochets all the way across the row. I'm hoping that that has helped you. That is the hardest or the most difficult part of the whole pattern. That's it. The rest is easy, very, very, very easy. You're going to love the rest, trust me. Seemed really difficult, didn't it? But it's not. It's just, you know, you've got to remember which stitch to put in which space, that's all. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying the Halloween series, guys. I'm really enjoying it myself. I'm probably enjoying it more than you guys. Truly am. That's funny, isn't it? And I cannot wait for the story time, our Halloween party that we're going to have. We've got the story started. It's a bit of a play on words with Halloween and crochet words all together. So I hope you like it. That's coming up roughly around the last day before Halloween or on the day of Halloween. I haven't really decided, but I'm trying to make it so that everybody around the world can enjoy it, not just the Melburnians or the Australians, I should say. Everyone around the world should enjoy it. Okay, let me get a little closer because we are nearing the end of the row. Oops, here we go, tangled up again. All right, so we have a single crochet there and there. And when you look at it, you can see you've got one there and then you've got your stitch marker one. So pop your single crochet in that first stitch and then pop one in the stitch marker. Now you don't need to do any gaps here like we did before because this is the button side. The other side will be your buttonhole and this side's your button. Take out that stitch marker because you're going to need to use it again in a minute. Chain 1, turn your work. All right. Now single crochet in the same space. And yes, you guessed it, we're going to pop that stitch marker back in, believe it or not, for the last time. I know, right? Well, the last time on this row. Is it? No, I don't remember now. This is the 4th row. I think it's the 4th row. No, it is. Oh, poor subscribers. What am I doing to you guys? In every tutorial, I stress you out, don't I? All right, what I need you to do is do single crochets all the way until you get to that space again. We've got one last thing to do in that space, and then that's, oh, I've split the yarn. Oh, look at that. It happens. Dearie me. Oh, wake up, Mary. Stay focused. You know, I'm rushing to get it done because the next 2 rows are quite basic. Okay, that's the best part. Okay. I think they're basic. No, they are. I don't know if it's the next 2 rows. I think this is the last row. Even I don't know. I should stay focused, shouldn't I, guys? Oh, I think this is the last row. I don't remember. Oh, dear. My poor subscribers. Okay. Okay, we're nearly there. Nearly there. Oh, I should have paused and sent you off on your own. Never mind. Oh well, we're here now. What to do, what to do. All right, we're nearly there, nearly there. Okay, here we go. All right. Now, this is a single crochet before all those stitches you did. Very basic. I probably should have got you to put stitch markers in, but never mind, you'll know. All right, so we are doing 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, do you remember the top 3? The half treble, the other half treble, and your treble. Do 1 in the 9th and 1 in that 10th, the big treble stitch. You know that big treble one? Do a single crochet there. Now, chain 1, 2, and 3, and then do another single crochet in that 10th. So you've got that look. All right. Single crochet in your next stitch. Now what I want you to do is single crochet all the way down these stitches. You don't need to count really. As long as you got to that peak, those middle 3 trebles or half trebles or whatever else we did in that previous row. And like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do this particular piece. It can be fudged. If there's a mistake somewhere, you wouldn't even be able to tell. Not if it's one little tiny single crochet. On the actual peak, you might be able to tell. I maybe would have been better to have popped a stitch marker in the very, very middle stitch. But when we get there, I'll show you. So we're right here in the middle. I'm going to show you. I'm going to stop now and show you. All right. Right. Get to your middle of that little peak right there. Remember those 3 stitches? Right there. There's your semicircle thingy. And you've got those 3 stitches. You got 1 there, 1 there. And that middle one right there, just pop a stitch marker. All right, in there. Just popping that down so you can have a quick look, see? You can have a look and see how it's looking. All right, how gorgeous is that? Gorgeous. It's turning a little bit, but it starts to straighten up. The more rows you do, we're going to do 1 more row. I did forget we are doing 1 more row, but we are not doing it in the red. Oh, what? You ask? Don't confuse us. Oh, sorry guys, I hate to confuse you. It's part of my life to confuse everyone. Okay, here we go. Single crochet up your ramp, if you will, or up the peak, or whatever you want to call it, right to the very top of that little peak stitch right there. And it's only doing 1 in each stitch in this row, not 2. One there. All right, so here we are, right there. And in that stitch, you are putting your single crochet. Take that stitch marker out for now. Pop it in the next one in a minute. Single crochet, chain 1, 2, and 3, and single crochet all in the same stitch, and then single crochet across. Or down, I should say. Down the valley. My poor subscribers. Oh gosh. How you guys put up with me, I'll never know, really. I can be super crazy sometimes. Super crazy. All right, here we go. No, let's get serious. Come on, this is serious business, crochet. Oh, no, it's not. It's a lot of fun, but don't tell anyone. Shh. Our little secret. I don't think you need that stitch marker, truly I don't. Just single crochet across. I think you know what you're doing. And when we get to that middle bit, I'll show you. How's that? I think that's pretty fair. Pretty fair. And you can't miss it. There's 3 stitches in it. Once we get to those 3 stitches, we will have a chat. Oops, right there. Okay, let's have a look-see. Is that the 3 stitches? Oh no, I haven't gone far enough. Whoops, I just did the half doubles. I forgot to do the doubles. Sorry, sorry. Whoops, there's the doubles. All right, I'm not going to let go of it. Still got one more to go. Get it right, Mary? All right, so there's your 3 right there. Oh no, I was actually in the right one. I was in the wrong one. Let's take that undone so you can see. Not a good day for me, guys. There's your 3. Yes, that's one, and there's your middle right there. So you've got one more before the middle. And then your middle one, you are popping a single crochet, chain 1, 2, and 3, and a single crochet, all in the same stitch. Then you are single crocheting all the way down. Oh dear, I got naughty in this one, didn't I? I said I wouldn't. Well, I didn't. I said on the weekend that I wouldn't. For those of you who are joining us new, I'm not normally this naughty during tutorials. I usually have our lives on Wednesday afternoons at 4 p.m. Melbourne, Australia time, and Saturday morning 10 a.m. Melbourne, Australia time. And I get a little bit cheeky in the lives, and we have a few of our subscribers who also get a little bit cheeky, but that's okay. They're lives. I said during my tutorials, I get serious, but I must say I have been a little bit cheeky in this one. I do apologise in advance. All right, let's get extra serious now, because towards the end of the row we are going to change colours. So you're not going to cast off yet. You're going to do all the single crochets until you get to your second last stitch, and then we'll show you how to cast off using your next colour, which will be your black. Okay. Oops. Now when you get here, remember we had some chains because we did our buttonhole here. See those chains right there? And we've got one single crochet there and one single crochet in your next stitch, which is your very last stitch before the chains. Now in the chains you have 2 single crochets in the space below. So what you're doing, you're putting 2 single crochets in that chain space. So you're just crocheting around that chain stitch. So pop your hook in the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You're going to do it again. 2. All right. Now you're going to pop a single crochet in that first stitch you come to, and you have formed your buttonhole right there. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty coolio. So in that last single crochet, you're going to start your single crochet, but you're not going to finish it. So pop your hook in, pull up a loop, and you've got your 2 loops on your hook. Usually you grab your red and you pass it through. We're not going to do that. We're going to grab our black and pass our black through. So pop it around your hook and just pull it through the loops on your hook, just grabbing everything, giving it a tug at the back. All right, so now you have your tail end and your red end. Just tug it under your fingers at the back. Chain 1 with the black, turn your work, and pop a single crochet in that first space and a single in your next. You're going to do that all the way through. Okay, but you're not going to do it through across the whole row. You're just going to do it, whoops, as far as your loops go, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do next. All right, by doing that, we've put on the 5th row. You've got 2 rows red, and now you've got 2 rows up there, 1 row's red, 1 row's black. The middle row is our 5th row where we did our buttonhole. Okay, so that's pretty coolio. Pretty coolio, yeah? Pretty coolio. Okay, all the way across the row. Okay. Oops. Slip that one there. We're almost done with our Halloween series, guys. I think we've got the top to go, and then I don't know whether I decided to do something else. I've got something else in mind. I'm hoping to get it done before the end of August. I shouldn't have. So I should stop thinking, shouldn't I? All right, we are going to continue all the way over the bridge until we get to that chain stitch. Okay, single all the way until you'll get to the top. And you remember that little top chain 3 that we did? Once we get in there, I'll show you what we're going to do. Now, there's your chain 3, but you have a single crochet before the chain 3, so pop your single crochet in there. Now jump in the space of the chain 3 with a single crochet. Single crochet 2. You need 2 single crochets in there. And now you're chaining 3. 1, 2, and 3. And you're going to pop 2 more single crochets in the same space. And then, see that single crochet right there? You're going to pop a normal single crochet in it. And you are doing single crochets all the way down the valley yet again. Okay, pretty coolio, yeah? Not bad. We're doing a good job. We're nearly done. Nearly done. This is the last row, guys. Get excited. It's the last row. Well, last row for this piece. You still have to make the little pieces to attach. Okay, here we go. Nearly there. All right, almost back up on the peak again. Almost there. Whoops, I just split the yarn, didn't I? Dear me, I'm doing one. I did say this was a basic pattern until you get to those little peaks. It is rather basic, isn't it? Single crochets everywhere. Okay, here we are. There's that little peak. I've done my last single crochet in the last single crochet, and now we've got these chains. We're going to jump in there with 2 single crochets, or 1 and 2, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 2 single crochets. 1, 2. Oh, that's a bit loose there, isn't it? Dear me. I might bring this up a little bit so you can see better. How's that? All right, you've got one more little hill to go. And then we're almost done, guys. Single crocheting down your valley. Down the valley. Like so. The sun is popping. Oh, I just skipped a stitch there. The sun is popping in and out, guys, which is forming this shadowing effect occasionally. Oh dear, what can we do? What can we do? And there you go, nearly there. The bottom of the valley now. And now we are heading on the way across. I was going to say all the way up the valley, but we're not yet. Up the hill. We're not near the hill yet. We're nearly there. Nearly there. Oh, and I'm rushing too, guys, because I just want to get this tutorial done and dusted. We're going up the hill now, guys. Up the hill. And we are going extra fast. How's that? Are we going fast? All right, here we are towards the top of your hill. Okay, nearly there. That one there. I think there's one more, and yes, there is right there. All right, now 2 single crochets in that chain space. 1 and 2. Chaining 3. 1, 2, 3, 2 single crochets in your next space, 1 and 2, I'm sorry, in the same space. Oh, wake up, Mary. And then a single crochet in your next. All right. Easy, easy. And this part is even extra easy because all you're doing is single crocheting until the end of the row. How's that? I said there was going to be another row, but I told a lie. This was it. This is your last row. Very nice. And then we have to add a button. So I'm just going to let you watch this in speed until we get to the end of the row. How's that? And I shall meet you there. And away we go. Alrighty guys, here we are towards the end of the row. Alright, we've got 1, 2, and your last one is in that stitch marker. And I think I made you put a stitch marker on the end of that beginning of this row, but it doesn't matter. Pull a loop through, pull up your loop. Alright, and we'll just give your work a cut right there. Pull your loop through, take out your stitch marker. And if you were anything like me, you left a tail. You left your red attached. Just cut that one there. So we're going to take out the stitch marker as well. Alrighty guys, so this has worked out simply gorgeous. It does buckle that little bit, but don't stress, that will even itself out. And on the points, we are going to have our accessories, which we are going to make in our very next tutorial. Get excited guys, because you're going to love these accessories. We may have something in the middle there. I haven't decided yet. I will decide by the end of the day. But look at that. How gorgeous is that? What? But you're not finished yet, guys. You still have to pop your button on, and you have to weave in a couple of these ends. Now, I'm going to show you quickly first how to put this button on. All you need, well, this is the button I'm using. Let's get a nice close-up. It looks like that. Okay, that's the back, and that's the front. It's a 2-hole button. It's nothing fancy, but it is a button that I had in my stash that fits in that buttonhole. Okay, so we are going to do that button now, and I'll talk to you in a second about sizing. All right, so just all you need to do is grab yourself a little bit of thread. Let's bring that out. You don't need much. That's pretty much all you need. Double it. Give it a cut. All right, now before we put our button on, you need to pop this around your neck and stand in front of the mirror. Now I did this already earlier on me, and pop your work like that. Oh, let me get a close up so you can see what I just did there. That's where your button will go on this side, because you've got your buttonhole here. Yeah, so just pop your item over like that. Now this is the right side. Now the right side is where we finished crocheting off, and we tied off that end just now. That's your right side of your work. So that's what it looks like. It turns in a bit like that. That's okay. That's normal, because that's going to go around the back of your neck like that. All right. Now, pop that around your neck. If you find that it's too low on your neck, just move your button over here. Tighten it up, and it'll raise it up a bit. All right. If you find that it's not low enough, move your button over. If you find that it's far too high, get your button right on the edge of that piece right there. Trust me, it will fit. It is made to fit my size neck, and let me tell you, it's not a small neck. Hey, don't call me fat. So what we're going to, whoops, did I say that? What we're going to do is find a place for the button. Now, I'm not worried. I'm going to pop the button anywhere, and the reason is I don't care if this goes a little bit low or a little bit high, because I like it either way. So it doesn't really matter for me. Now, I've cut my thread. What have I done with it? Here it is. All right. So thread your needle. I might have to do this off air because I always mess this up. Oh no, that worked. How about that? Woohoo! Thread your needle. Thread your needle. Okay. Okay, so there's your thread. Making sure you've got yourself a little tail there and a longer tail. There's no knots, so don't pull your thread all the way through. There's your piece, the right side of your work. And if you're not really sure about the right side, check this out. That right side looks nice and neat. When you turn it over, you get that look. See, it's an open look. You don't want that. You want the nice, neat look. That is your right side. Now that's where we're going to pop our button on. All right. But in the meantime, all you need to do for now, when you find the piece, the part where you want to pop your button, I'm going to pop mine anywhere because I'm not really worried. Just pop your needle through some of the thicknesses. Don't pull it all the way through. Just get halfway through. So that you've got, oh, I'll show you in a minute. It didn't really work for me. Oh, there we go. There's one end there. Yes, get halfway through. All right. Now you're going to leave a little tail on that long end. Let's see there. See that end that you've just pulled through and you've got a little bit on your needle there and the rest is there? Leave that tail, leave a nice long tail because we're going to use that to tie the button up later. Okay. Now grab your button, whatever colour button you have, whatever type you have. I'm trying to do it long ways and short ways. Pop your needle through the hole on one side of the button. Yep. Pop it through to the hole on the opposite side. Yes. Now you're going to pop this one. I'm going to go under there. I've made a mistake, sorry. I want to go up a bit higher. You're going to pop it right there. Pull it through like so. I've got a few tails here, sorry, they're all in the way. I do apologise there. Here we go, now it's coming through. All right, so pull that button through. Okay, easy. Now what you're going to do before you do anything else, you're going to tie that piece right there. Now this is not going to be visual. It's going to be inside your neck, so tie it in a knot. So your button will not come undone. However, guess what? You're not finished there. You're still going to go through to the other side. So grab your needle. Get this little thread out the way. We should have weaved those in. Never mind. And pop it through anywhere where you find one of your holes again. See one of your holes in your button there? Pop it through. Sorry guys, the clouds are coming around, so it's getting very dark now. We're finalising this tutorial at least, which is good. Don't pull your threads through there. You don't want that. Okay, you want that one to go through though, and there you go. All right, now you're going to go back into the very next hole up the top there, straight through all thicknesses again, pulling it through. You don't need to do much, I don't think. I think that's plenty. And guess what? You're going to tie it again. Now the reason I don't do this a lot like I do with my pillows or I do with my other work is because you might want to change this one in the future and move your button often, whether you lose weight, whether you put on weight, whatever, and you might want to just leave the tails in there and at the back. Yours truly won't. I'll be cutting them and I'll be weaving them in as well. All right, so there you go. I've done 2 knots. You can't go wrong. I'm going to be weaving those ends in, but for now, let's check it out. Oh, wrong way. Oh, let me get it right. Move everything out the way. Button up your piece. Make sure you've got the button on the right side before you go weaving in ends. And all you're doing is popping it like that. All right, so there you go. That is the back of your neck. No one's going to see it. It's going to be under your hair. All right, and even if they did, that does look nice. Once you're weaving these ends, which you're going to do off air, I'm not going to do them together because, you know, that'll take forever. I'm sure you know how to weave in ends. If not, I will pop a link to how to weave in ends in a description box down below. But there's your button right there. It's done. Okay, and there you go. Pretend like we weaved in all these ends, and there you go. There's your product, your finished product. Now it's okay because it goes like that on your neck. It goes like that around the back of your neck. and it sits in front here. Easy, easy. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share and all those wonderful things that you guys do for me. Join me on part 2 of this tutorial where we will be adding 1, 2 and 3. I may have something there, I haven't decided. Otherwise we'll definitely have the 3 accessories off these little points there. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm very excited we got this part of the tutorial done, and don't forget to join me on my live at Wednesday at 4 p.m. and my live Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. That's Melbourne, Australia time, by the way. Every week I do those lives. We can have a chat about this piece and some of the other items that we've been making this week. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and guess what? Ciao for now.